So guys, this is my video on my DIY protein treatment, which you literally need in your life. I used it to help me go from shoulder length hair to full hip length hair, and I've used it from the very beginning of my journey. It's a great alternative to those of you who wanted to use henna and get all the strengthening, amazing properties from it, but you were scared because it colored your hair and you didn't want your hair color to change. So this is a fantastic alternative. So the chief source of protein in this recipe is actually the egg, which has an array of vitamins, including vitamin A, which causes the production of sebum and in turn controls and minimizes dandruff. Also, it contains B3, which increases the metabolism of your cells and therefore increases the amount of growth that you're getting. And also it has lecithin and different fatty acids, which maintain the suppleness of the hair and reduces frizz, causing it to have a really smooth appearance. Of course, eggs are likely to just drip straight off your head, so in order to prevent that, I mix it thoroughly with a conditioner, which in its own right also adds its slip as well. I also use honey, which is known to be an emollient, which is a natural hair softener. It's rich in antioxidants, and it also has a very high sugar content, which helps to retain moisture. Absolutely key to this all is the use of coconut oil, which is rich in vitamins B, C, and E. It prevents protein loss. It actually prevents protein from being lost from your hair, and it's one of the very few oils that actually penetrates the hair shaft. So yeah, it's definitely a keeper. I also use the coconut milk, which has similar properties obviously to the coconut oil, but it also brings its own protein content to the party. Next, we've got olive oil, which protects the keratin in the hair. It seals in moisture. It's also very rich in vitamin E. So peppermint oil actually balances the pH of your scalp and adds shine and gloss and gives body, which of course is so important to me. Finally, I'm also sure to include lavender, which stimulates growth. In fact, they found that 44% of alopecia patients who were tested using lavender every day and applying it to their scalp actually regenerated hair growth. It has antiseptic properties and is also very hydrating. So the first thing that I do is I break my 2 eggs into the bowl and I start to mix it, get some air throughout it. It's almost so it's kind of like an emulsion and easier to work with and mix with everything else. I'm using 2 eggs because of the length of my hair. You might need 1, you might need 3, I don't know. And then I add my coconut milk. You can see I've gotten a really fatty variety, and I got this one from Sainsbury's if you wanted to know. So now just kind of mix everything up together. Really important to try and get it as smooth as possible, but not to worry too much, because things like the coconut milk and coconut oil, once it gets onto your head and with the warmth of your body, it will actually soften and distribute itself. Just in case you wanted to know, I added a tablespoon of coconut milk and a tablespoon of coconut oil and gave that all a really good mix. And then I went in with probably a tablespoon of honey and again gave that all a good mix. Then I followed up with some olive oil, again 2 tablespoons of this, and then gave it all a really good mix. Added a couple of drops of my essential oil, and that's lavender, and then peppermint, and then I went in with conditioner. So I applied the protein mixture to my hair and I allow it to sit for 10 to 20 minutes, no longer than that, because you don't want protein overkill. I then followed up with a moisturizing deep conditioner, and these are my results. They were really shiny and lush, and here's me recording my favorite lipsticks video, so be sure to check that out. It's going to be out very soon. So you say you wanna get